In this video, we will review Polycom's RealAccess Analytics. Navigate to realaccess.polycom.com and log into your account. Once the website loads, click the Assets menu and then the Models menu. This view allows you to see the endpoints centered on the type or model of the codec. Click the word Active in the Count of Active Systems window, and then click the top line of the Active Room Systems window. The different types of software releases are listed with the ability to list the codecs of each version. You also see a count per site for this type of endpoint. Select the second site in the list. Scroll down and view the detailed list for this site. Click on one of the endpoints. This takes you to the Endpoint Dashboard under the Utilization menu. We will review this menu in a few moments. Navigate back to the endpoint list at the bottom of the page. You have the option to change the information being displayed by selecting the Edit Columns menu. Also, the Export menu will prompt you to open or save a spreadsheet with all of the parameters from the list. Now, select the Assets and then the Sites menu. We now see the same information based on the location or sites in your network. Click the Active Systems option again and then select a site in the Systems by Site list. Make sure to click on the name of the site. The blue bar in the chart is not a clickable graphic. Now, select a type of codec under the middle window and view the details for this selection. The page provides the list of selected codecs and allows you to export a spreadsheet with this information. Next, select the List menu under the Assets menu. This menu shows the full listing for all of your endpoints with the flexibility to filter and sort the data. Click the blue filter icon beside the Type column. Click the Select All checkbox, which will uncheck all of the selections, and then click the Room checkbox. You now see the room type as an active filter at the top of the page. You can also filter based on the site, model, and software columns. Now click any endpoint in the list. This takes you to the Endpoint Dashboard under the Utilization menu again. Now that we have visited the Assets menu, let's review the Utilization menu. Select the Utilization menu and then the Summary menu. The Summary menu provides an overall view of your video network, including the number of calls, the total duration of calls, and the number of VMR meetings. These counters are controlled by the drop-down boxes to the right of the display. Once you have selected your period of analysis, you have several top 10 lists under the Highlights area. These include your top used rooms, your champions, and the bottom used in your system. Below the top 10 lists, you have call charts and trend graphs. Next, select the Trends menu under the Utilization menu. Here you get a clear view of your call volume over a selected period of time. The first drop-down box on the right side of the screen allows you to select the time frame you wish to view. The List view under the chart provides the detail that is being displayed. Now, select the Monthly menu item under the Utilization menu. The monthly bar graph shows the monthly call duration in hours for the selected year. The List View menu gives the call usage per endpoint device. You can select the time period and the system type for filters. Moving on to the Endpoint Dashboard menu, choose an endpoint type from the drop-down on the left side of the page, then the site location, and then select a specific codec from the endpoints drop-down. The information displayed allows you to see how an individual endpoint is performing and how often it is being used. A summary of the number of calls and the hours of usage per month is provided, along with the Performance Summary window that gives disconnect or call reject information. There is also a list at the bottom with the call details. Finally, the last menu under the Utilization menu is the Conference Utilization Trends. Polycom VMR usage numbers are graphed along with a detailed list for viewing individual conferences. Again, you can filter the data by using the drop-down boxes on the right side of the screen. Moving on to the Performance menu, Select the Summary menu to view the main errors that are occurring in your network. Here, we can start to determine the overall reasons if there are calls that are not completing. For example, this display shows that a large majority of errors are coming from our Andover office, which happens to show the lowest success rate of all sites in the success rate graph. This would indicate an issue that needs more research to discover the possible problems. The system admin should flag this for later service work. Now, select the Performance menu again and click the Trends menu. You now see a line graph of the errors and a list with the details. We can filter the data that is generated and also export the details if needed. Next, click on the Capacity and RMX Utilization menu. Here, we find the capacity and utilization of the Real Presence collaboration servers that are being used in your system. The charts show the hourly and daily utilization of the bridges. The bottom table shows the summary of all the MCUs that you have running, including the video and audio port capacities. Finally, let's move back to the first menu item in the list. The tutorial library provides short video clips that instruct the user in specific tasks for each type of Polycom endpoint. This resource is valuable in promoting your video conferencing system to your organization as a whole. This concludes our review of Polycom's RealAccess Analytics service.